Namaste everyone, and welcome to this quick evening yoga practice. It's a beautiful evening here in Somerset and a perfect opportunity to record this class outside. This is a class that you can do at the end of your day, maybe just before bed or in the evening, to help you wind down after a busy day, relax and get ready for bed. This is a class that was requested by a friend of mine, so I wanted to honour her request. So we're going to begin seated on our mats in a cross-legged posture. Place your hands on your knees, roll your shoulders back and down, tuck your chin, maybe close your eyes. And we're going to begin the practice by taking 3 deep breaths. So if you can, inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. One more time, inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Last time, inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. On your next inhale, gently open your eyes and then lift both hands up, stretch through the fingertips, inhale. And exhale, bring your hands in prayer and lower them down through heart center on an exhale. One more time, inhale, lift both hands up, stretch through the fingertips. And then bring the palms together, exhale, lower your hands back down through heart center. One more time, inhale, lift both hands up, stretch through the fingertips. And exhale, palms together, lower your hands back down through heart center. Inhale, lift both hands up, stretch. And on an exhale, lower your right hand down onto the floor and bring your left arm over your left ear. Take it a side bend to the right, stretching the left side of the body. So make sure you're planting your sit bones equally on the floor. To deepen the stretch, you can lower onto your right elbow, maybe follow up with your gaze, but maybe keep gazing forwards, whatever feels comfortable for your neck. Take one deep breath and then exhale, come back to center. Inhale, lift both hands up, and on an exhale, we're going to go the opposite way. So left hand on the floor, right arm over your right ear, taking a side bend to the left this time. And again, you can lower onto your left elbow if you want to deepen the stretch. Maybe follow up with your gaze towards your right fingertips, or if that's not comfortable, just keep gazing forwards. One more breath and then exhale, come back to center. On an inhale, lift both hands up, bring them through heart center, and then stretch your fingertips forwards and fold forwards, tilting from your hips. Maybe lower your chest over your legs, maybe forehead onto the ground. One deep breath here. And then walk your fingertips back to your body and switch the cross of your legs. We're going to fold forwards one more time. On an inhale, lengthen your spine. And exhale, fold forwards, walking your fingertips just as far as you can. Lowering the chest down, maybe the forehead down onto the floor. Nice deep breath here, and then come back up into a seated posture. From here, roll onto your hands and knees and come into a tabletop position. So shoulders over your wrists, hips over your knees, your shoulder width apart with your hands and hip width apart with your knees. Inhale, arch the spine, lift your chest and your chin, look up. Exhale, round the back, chin to chest, look down, cat-cow. Inhale, arch the spine, lift your chest, look up. Exhale, round the back and look down. One more time, inhale, arch the spine, lift your chin and your chest, look up. And exhale, round the back and look down. And then come back into a neutral, tuck your toes under and start lifting your hips up towards the sky, downward facing dog. And you can keep a generous bend in your knees here if you need to, and really focus on stretching your spine up towards the sky, so stretching your back. Fingertips are nice and wide. One more inhale, And then exhale, lower your knees back down onto the floor. Take an inhale, and on an exhale, step your right leg forward so your right foot is in between your hands. Inhale, place your hands on your knees and come up into a low lunge. Once you've got your balance, see if you can stretch your arms towards the sky. Inhale, stretch through the fingertips, maybe join your palms together. And then exhale, lower your hands back down onto the mat so your foot's in between your hands. Tuck your toes on your left foot, keep your left hand on the floor and stretch your right arm up towards the sky, taking a twist to the right. One deep inhale here. You can follow up with your gaze if you want to, or keep gazing down. And then exhale, lower your hand back down on the floor. Step your right leg back into a tabletop. Tuck your toes under and press back into downward facing dog. One deep breath in down dog. And on an exhale, lower your knees back down onto the floor and step the left leg forward so your left foot's in between your hands this time. You can use your hand to help your foot through, just like I did here. Inhale, come up into a low lunge, either hands on your knee first or maybe lift both hands up straight away. Inhale, stretch through the fingertips, maybe join the palms together if that's comfortable for the shoulders. One deep breath. And exhale, lower your hands back down onto the floor. Tuck your toes on your right foot this time, right hands on the floor, left arm towards the sky, twisting to the left. One deep breath here. Again, you can follow with your gaze or maybe just keep gazing down. And exhale, lower your hand back down onto the floor. Step back into a tabletop position, tuck your toes under and press back into downward facing dog. Nice deep breath in down dog. Maybe lower one heel down onto the floor and then the other. And then lower back on your knees and press back into a child's pose. So your hands are stretching forwards. You're sitting back on your heels. Back is nice and long. On an inhale, come back into a tabletop position. Lift your left hand up on an inhale and then exhale, thread it through your right arm and lower your left shoulder and your left ear onto the floor, stretching the back of the left shoulder here. And you can play around with your right hand, maybe stretch it forwards, see how that feels, or maybe you can wrap behind, placing your hand on the lower back, or maybe grab hold of your left thigh. But if this is too much, just keep it down on the floor and feel the stretch in the left shoulder here. One deep breath. And then come back into tabletop position and switch sides. Inhale, lift your right arm up towards the sky. Exhale, thread it through your left. Lower your right shoulder and your right ear onto the floor this time. Try and keep your hips nice and square. Inhale, and again you can play around with your left arm here, maybe stretching forwards, see how that feels. Maybe wrap it round, grab hold of your right thigh this time, or if that's too far, maybe just place it on the lower back, or keep it down on the floor, whatever feels most comfortable for you today. One more inhale, and then come back to a tabletop position. One more time, tuck your toes under, downward facing dog. Nice deep breath in down dog, and then lower your knees back down onto the mat and walk your fingertips back to your knees. We're going to come into a rabbit pose, a great stretch for the shoulders. So sit back on your heels, place your hands on your heels, and then start rounding your back and lower your forehead down onto the floor. If your forehead reaches the floor, see if you can lift your hips up so your back is nice and round, but try not to put too much pressure onto your head, so it's just there for support, and you should feel a really good stretch in between the shoulders here. One more breath and then release and press back in child's pose. And you can keep your hands stretching forwards, or maybe you can move your arms so they're by your sides just as a variation. One inhale and then come up into a seated. Stretch your legs out in front of you. And we're going to lower all the way down onto the floor. Bring your right knee into your chest, keep your left leg straight on the floor and hug that right knee towards your chest, nice and loose to start with, and then maybe start bringing it a bit closer to your chest, working on the hip flexors, and then see if you can open it to the side so it's heading in the direction of your right shoulder. Inhale, on an exhale, come back to center, interlace your hands behind your leg and see if you can straighten your legs towards the sky. Maybe point and flex your toes, do a couple of circles one way and then the other with your foot. And it doesn't matter if you need to keep your knee a little bit bent, just work at your own level, feel the stretch at the back of the leg. And then rebend the right knee, bring it into your chest one more time, and we're going to take a twist to the left, so right arm's out to the side, left knee is going to the left. So you're twisting to the left, you can maybe follow with your gaze towards your right fingertips, but you don't have to, you can maybe gaze to the sky. One more inhale here, and then exhale, come back to center, hug the knee in one more time and we'll switch sides. So right leg straight on the mat, left knee into your chest, nice and loose to start with, and then once you feel like your hips are opening, see if you can bring it in a little bit closer and then start opening it out to the side, drawing your knee into your left shoulder. And then release, interlace your hands behind your leg, straighten your leg to the sky. And see if you can point and flex the toes, maybe do a couple of circles one way and then the other with your foot. And again, if you need to keep a little bend in your knees, there's no reason why you shouldn't. One more inhale and then bring the knee back into your chest, and we're going to twist the opposite way. So left arm's out to the side, left knee is moving to the right. One inhale here. And then exhale, bring it back into your chest. And then bring both knees into your chest, rock along the spine and lower your feet down onto the floor. And then keeping your left knee bent, bring your right foot over the left knee and gently use your right hand to press on the right knee to open the knee out to the side. You can stay here, or to deepen the stretch, you can bring your hands behind your left thigh or maybe over your left shin and draw that left knee towards you. You should start feeling a really deep stretch in the right hip. One breath here, and then on an exhale, release and switch sides. So right foot flat on the floor, left foot over your right knee. And again, you can either just use your hand to gently open the knee out to the side, or maybe interlace your hands behind your right thigh or over your right shin and draw it into your chest. One deep breath here, and then exhale, release. And from here, hug your knees in one more time, rock along the spine, and then straighten your legs out on the floor. Let your feet fall out, arms by your sides, palms facing up. We're going to take a few deep breaths in the final relaxation pose, Shavasana. So see if you can inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. And as always, please stay in this Shavasana pose for as long as you've got the time, a few more minutes if you can. Otherwise, thank you so much for practicing with me this evening. I hope you enjoyed it. Do check out some of my other videos. I've got a few posted on YouTube, some of my live classes. Have a beautiful evening, and I hope to see you again soon. Namaste.